streaming at www.gbn.gd. You can follow us live there via TV and radio. You can also follow us live right now via our GBN Facebook page, and you can also follow us live on GBN Television's YouTube channel. We're coming to you live on all fronts. I'm Janelle, holding it down this morning for JC, and joining me now is the lovely, ever so lovely Camellia Brown from Real Value IGA Supermarket. Good morning, Cammy.
Good morning. How's the day?
The day is good. It's good. It's now about 3.5 minutes after 11. Almost lunchtime. Very close. Small, and we get to lunch.
Yeah, I'm waiting patiently.
Yeah. So what's going on, Cammy? How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing well. I'm grateful for being alive and having a job.
Yeah. Those are precious and rare commodities these days, huh?
I know.
COVID has brought some new realities to our lives.
That is true, and I'm trying to be more grateful, more upbeat, more positive, because things these days it's kind of easy to kind of bring you down and hold you down. So I'm trying to be upbeat and positive.
You have to be.
I'm surrounded by people who are doing the same like you. You look vibrant today. You have a great smile on your face.
Listen, I try my best. I remember one of my influencers, I call my influencer, it was actually a pastor years ago. He said, be the salt. And that stayed with me. He said the salt, he said the salt seems so insignificant, but the salt, nothing flavors the salt. The salt flavors everything else. Be the salt. And I always try to be the salt. I don't let people's negative energies and criticisms get to me. I always try to be the salt. Yeah.
I never thought about it that way, but you're right, actually. You're right.
You be the salt. It doesn't sound sweet, but be the salt, Cammy. So what's good at Real Value this week?
Okay, well, let me start off with our product of the week this week. The product of the week this week is Gacho Negro Cabernet Sauvignon. So it's a wine, and the regular price is $20.45, and currently for this week only, the price has gone down by $2, so you save $2. So this week it's $18.45.
What's the name again?
Gacho Negro, and that's the Cabernet Sauvignon.
So I should just ask for the special this week when I come.
Yeah, I mean it's on
I don't think I could say that. Is it French?
No, it's not a French wine.
What is that?
Gacho Negro is from Austria. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. I just asked for the wine of the week.
Yes. No, well, I mean, the artwork is always there. So we always have it on the multiple screens inside the supermarket.
Right.
And once you go into our fine wine section of the supermarket, you could also see a tag on the shelf.
It's highlighted.
Product of the week. Yeah. Okay. So we try to have as much signage as possible in the supermarket to just make sure that everybody knows and stuff like that. Well, once you read or you see. So, but it's there for you. Right. And of course, here I am speaking about it too. So
yeah,
that works out.
It helps. It helps.
Yeah, and I mean, wine right now,
it's necessary.
Sometimes, sometimes just a glass after work,
Cammy,
after a day, it kind of relaxes you and makes you more open to anything else like you have to do for the evening.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think anyway.
It's very necessary. I'll maintain. As parents, it's a must-have. Yeah.
As parents.
As parents, it's a must-have. Yeah.
Okay, Janelle, I see you.
Yeah.
I see. All right. This. Last week. Some time ago, we had spoken about the fact that Real Value ice prices in certain Padilla chicken prices for chicken breast is box with 6 packages of 2 kg packs. and that's $132.09. So $109.62 chicken wings, a 33-pound box for $107.63. So I know a lot of people do cooking, for families, for their friends, for loved ones, and also on the road. We like to feed people these days and, make sure that everybody is well eaten. Eating, is that a word?
Yeah.
Not even afraid.
Eating? everybody's eating, yeah.
Yes. So that is available and it's the best price right now. And also, like, if you have a family, as Joseph had suggested previously, if you have a family, like an extended family, everybody could make up and purchase like a case of chicken, cut them up and store it in your freezer, and you can distribute it to your family because, these days we have to be a bit more economical, just looking forward and at the times right now. Because
And you have to,
time of uncertainty.
And you have to bear in mind too, school has reopened. Well, for the most part, we know they kind of off this week, but next week everybody's going to be out again. And all the schools now, they're encouraging you to send your child with pre-packed lunches. So you need to. I mean, those deals are very critical in preparing to cook every day, because before you probably let them fight up in a tuck shop, but you don't want to risk it now. You send them with their own lunches. So those deals are nice to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for me, myself as well, like when I usually buy family size packages and I defrost, I season up the whole thing, I cut it up and then I pack it individually. So later on, all I need to do is defrost it and just whatever it is I have to do for chicken. And I think this is a great opportunity because of the case prices, and the case prices are not crazy expensive. I mean, and as I said, maybe you could have it with a family and friends, and then you guys could share it up, and that should last you like a healthy amount of time.
Right.
Because we kind of have a culture that we always like to go in shop.
Yeah, I mean, we have to be smarter. We have to minimize on those trips.
But if you buy the cases,
you have meat for a while. Yeah.
And the stressors right now, you don't want something that stresses you out all the time. Yeah. It works.
Yeah, it's
how I look at it.
No, it's economical. You buy it, as you say, in bulk. You season it up. You package it in the packages you would use. That's a key part. In the packages you would use, and you freeze it and you sort it. Yeah.
For me, I just get the imitation Ziploc bags. And then I put them in. And I mean, it's not the same for everybody. Of course, you always use your containers.
Wait,
for me, I always think, if I have to, like, for example,
Cami, wait, before
you buy the big packs of like the washing detergent. Right?
No, I was saying before you go on, you were sounding a bit distorted. I don't know if it's a connection by you or by me. You were sounding a bit distorted. I wasn't catching everything you were saying.
I seem to be fine by.
You're fine by you?
Oh, okay. Are you hearing me better now?
I'm hearing you a little better. It probably was just internet speed or so. Yeah.
May I continue?
Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. No problem. Just wanted to make sure that you could hear me. So IG also carries a brand called Maya, and we have quite a bit of items. We have like snacks, we have drinks, we have food, we have laundry stuff, and there's this big bag of laundry detergent, right, that I purchase, and usually that lasts me for a couple months well. So for something like a case of chicken that isn't overly expensive, like, to me that's bomb, because that means therefore that I don't have to think about some of these things for a longer period of time. So you cannot take out some of the stresses in your life. Small steps for big results. That's how I think about things.
And they go a long way. We have enough to worry about right now than to be worrying about food. So if you could get it in bulk and we put it away, that's one worry down. And you remember COVID, girl, and those supermarket lines?
Oh my God, those are memories that I try to not even think about anymore.
Memories,
It was
memories.
an interesting time for sure. Interesting.
It was a
Interesting
different
time.
period.
Yeah.
It was a surreal period. I never thought I would see Grenada like this. And even the mask. I keep saying you see the mask, and years ago you would see people in Asia and different countries with mask, and it's like so alien to you. But now it's mandatory. I mean, a lot of us wear it under our chins, and I understand the challenges with the heat when you're outside. It's a struggle to breathe, but we know the proper use. We don't be laughing. You're looking real guilty over there. I have to tell you, real guilty.
Well, I'm not guilty. I'm in a room by myself. you know, I can be laughing. I'm not wearing my mask.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I don't wear it outside anymore because, you know, after a while it just, you know, but always inside, and you just have to be aware. That's my thing. You have to be aware of everybody around you, and you also have to be aware of what it is that you're doing for yourself, you know? So awareness really counts in this kinds of situation. Yeah. All right. So let me move on to our produce list for this week for our farmers. So these are the products that we would like more stock in. So there's cauliflower, there's broccoli flower, sweet corn, yam, orange, lime, lemon, grapefruit, so citrus in general. Then we have grapefruit, Christophine, dry coconuts, ginger, tomatoes, bell peppers, and green bananas. And as a reminder, if you were to sell to Real Value Supermarket, we do ask persons to have their farmer's ID. And if you don't have a farmer's ID, all you need to do is contact the Ministry of Agriculture, and someone will come, and it's quite easy. You sign up, they look at your plot of land, and they just give you your card right away. It's nothing sinister, it's free. So please, if you want to sell to Real Value Supermarket and you don't have a farmer's ID, then please seek one. All right. So let me go through it again. The list is cauliflower, broccoli flower, sweet corn, yam, orange, lime, lemon, grapefruit, Christophine, dry coconut, ginger, tomatoes, bell peppers, and green bananas.
Okay.
Of course, since these are still COVID times, we do ask persons to call in first. Let us know what you have to offer, and then we'll arrange a time for you to come to the supermarket and drop your items off. So the number is 439-2121. You just ask to speak to the person in charge of produce, and then they will direct you to that person, and then he can give you more information regarding the items that you would like to sell to the supermarket.
Okay. Folks, you probably missed that because Camille, your audio was going again. I want to feel is that internet connection. I'm hearing you fine, but the audio was going and coming and being a bit delayed. But the number, folks, Camille just gave out 439-2121, and she said you asked for the produce person. That part was a bit broken up, so I think some people probably missed it a bit. Camille, we're almost at the end of this segment. Anything else you want to leave with us before we wrap?
No, just to remind persons that we do have WhatsApp ordering still available. So you could, if you don't want to come to the supermarket, you just WhatsApp the number 409-2121, and somebody will purchase your goods for you, and then you just come to the supermarket, collect them, and pay. So that is still available for you. Also, just remember that our hot foods is still open, right? Breakfast is served from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and lunch and dinner, well, pretty much dinner, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And also, we have quite a few specials going on at the supermarket, aisle by aisle promotions. So, of course, once you're there, you could always have savings, discounts, and still remember to always use your frequent shopper card when you shop at Rio Valley Supermarket.
Good stuff. We will be shopping. Thank you so much, Cami. Always a pleasure. Have a good one. Loving the natural rocking. Oh, go girl. We take a break, folks. On the buzz. We'll be back. We have more for you. Stay with us.
Freeze for 1 year when you shop at the food fair. Up to 8.
Reading is too hard. Reading school books is lame. I'd rather read about children like me and cool things. I can read, but sometimes I don't even know why I have to. It makes no sense.
Why can't we read about things we like?
Reading is the key to unlocking all learning and ensuring that children reach their potential. Here's what the children have to say.
Make reading fun.
Teach me how to read, but let me practice reading with things I like to read. Talk with me and read with me at least for a short time every day.
Let me tell you my own stories.
Read, learn, grow. The children are the future. Help them read, learn, grow. So parents, you play your part.
This message is brought to you by the OECS USAID Early Learners Program, funded by United States Agency for International Development.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
To see my granddaughter.
Breaking barriers. Going beyond the ordinary. Examining the stories beyond what meets the eyes. GBN gets to the meat of the matter. Join us on GBN Television, Classic Radio, gbn.gd, or on Facebook via your smartphones and other devices. We take you beyond the headlines every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. We are GBN, rated number 1.
This is a plastic bag. From February 1st, these bags are not to be used when shopping for food. So here's what you should do. Refuse plastic. Instead, bring your own reusable shopping bags and say goodbye to plastic. Choose to refuse plastic. Walk with your reusable shopping bags and help protect pure Grenada from plastic pollution. A message from the Ministry of Climate Resilience.
Feel good facts.
Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
The following are a list of food items to have on hand amidst COVID-19. Perishables like vegetables, fruits, provisions, and eggs. You are advised to stock perishable items to last up to 2 weeks. Non-perishable items including dry goods like cereals, flour, cornmeal, oats, rice, pasta, nuts and nut butters like peanut butter, crackers, canned or frozen meats, ready-to-eat canned meats, powdered or canned milk, dried peas and beans, canned fruits in natural juices, 100% canned fruit juices, and canned vegetables. You can stock non-perishable food items to last up to 1 month. Store bottled or clean drinking water, 1 gallon or more per day per person. If you suffer from a medical condition, have prescribed medications on hand. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council as we battle COVID-19.
time in studio has moved to 27 and a half minutes gone past 11. The time is moving a little too fast for us today, and the technical difficulties we thought we had gotten over, they seem to be trying to creep back in, but we'll try to work around it. We have joining us now from the Traffic Department, Officers Houston and Hayes. Officers, good morning. Are you hearing us?
Yes, I'm hearing you very clear. Good morning.
Right, good morning. I'm hearing you better myself. So how are you?
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. We've seen you out in your numbers these days. Is that a greater thrust to be more visible by the traffic department?
Yes, you're surely right.
Okay.
And we will continue on the path of being out in numbers every single day.
I've seen you in corners I've never seen you in before. I've encountered quite a few of your membership, I have to say. So, I mean, but it's good because you want to make sure everybody on the road is roadworthy. And I see, I was wondering if it's some efforts to maybe help the Treasury with some revenues. We've seen a lot of people getting ticketed, and so I ain't complaining. We had to get revenues, or we had to get revenues. But it's good to have you on this morning. But tell us, how has it been going for you?
Well, everything been going fine within the traffic department. However, as you are aware, there is a big increase of infringement in traffic regulation. Traffic regulation are also traffic offenses. Mm-hmm. For example, speeding, and persons continue to be on the road without obtaining a driver's license. So that is a big problem we have, and we do hope that persons will recognize that it's need for them to get a license, and it's for them not to be speeding, because I can always say, when you leave home, you want to go back home safe, because you have a family to go home and you have people who care about you. Anytime you leave home, whether you're late or what, you have to tell yourself you don't late already, you have to take your time, reach your destination safe, and you want to reach back safe.
I always say that if you have to be late, you would be late. In terms of the persons on the road without the license, though, are those new drivers you're seeing, or is it people already in the system continuing to break the law?
No. It's persons are on the road that just started. New persons.
Okay.
Possibility exists. That could be as a reason of the amount of vehicles we have on the road now. So persons have access to vehicles, so as a result, they as they get access to it, they just decide they just driving. And, but you see now, like I say, what we have to take into consideration, if you are a responsible owner, a responsible person, before giving somebody your vehicle to drive, you should ask that individual whether they have a license also. But persons don't do that, you know. You might say you see somebody driving for over a period of time, but that don't mean they have a driver's license. It's only when they come across, we're doing our checks, we recognize that these people don't have a driver's license.
Wow.
I know see persons driving for years and being in the RGPF, getting to understand, checking out these people and recognize that they don't have a driver's license. Also improving on the rental companies. Everything is not $1. It's life at the end of the day. So what I would advise them to do, persons come, don't just give them a vehicle rented for them, whether they're paying X amount of money. Find out if they have a driver's license, because you don't want them to be driving, and as a result, they in the process, the vehicle commit an accident, because once the vehicle commit an accident, obviously the owner of the vehicle may not get anything. And based on the nature of the accident, let's say somebody died within the process, that is something the owner would have to live with. So I would appeal to persons to do the right thing.
Okay. Are you able to take any action against people who allow their vehicles to be used by persons without a license?
Yes, we always does. We always take statement from them and charge them, and that is committing unlicensed driver.
Okay, so there is some consequence.
Yeah, that person will be summoned and go court. On the part of speeding, we have two concerns, especially these two areas within the town. Port Highway and Lucas Street. You would find some, from time to time, we conducting radar checks and persons driving 40 to 50 miles in that area. whereby this is a 20 zone. So this is a serious concern. And they excuse, I'm late, you know. So even though you're late, like I say, this area is 20 miles. 20 miles, just for me to explain to you, 20 miles of any class of vehicle within 20 miles per hour. Out of the town is 35 miles for commercial vehicles, and out of the town also for private vehicles is 40 miles. So we appealing to the public to adhere to the speed limit, because it would save your life, it would save somebody else's life also. And to find this day that we say things rough, things not are the best, and therefore no, in order to avoid this thing, and you should do the right thing. For example, a ticket fine for speeding is 150 EC. If you don't pay that ticket, the matter goes to court. You could charge up to 1,000 EC, or 12 months in prison. So it's also a prison term, or you could get both fined and confined. So in order to stop this thing, in order to alleviate this thing, and then we expect you to abide with the rules, which is needed.
Okay. Is there any mechanism in place where you can say take away somebody's license if they continually get tickets and so for speeding and breaking traffic laws?
Yes, the magistrate have the authority to do that.
Okay. So repeat. I mean, if they probably see you 5 or so times after a while, they can. We don't have a points, but
if you accumulate a certain amount of points, the license could be taken away for you.
So we actually have a point system.
We have a point system in place.
Okay. So how many points do you have to have before your license is taken away?
It's up to about, let me say, about 14.
Okay.
12 points. We'll call them in and speak to them about it to know they're on the brink. The license could be taken away from them. So we always think we don't just go ahead and just take person's license away from them. We give them a notice, they come in and we speak to them about it, that they get very close to the margin.
Is there any, is a concern I've heard raised in public spaces before, is there any system where I know initially to get a license you have to go through a process, you have to get a medical and so done. After people get to a certain age, is there anything to recheck them again to make sure that they can continue driving? You heard what I just asked?
No, I did not hear anything. Sorry about that.
No. I was asking, I was saying, to get a license, you have to go through a process. You have to conduct a medical and get your permits. And so when people get to a certain age, some people, faculties start failing. Is there any system where you can check them again to make sure that they can continue driving on the roads? Okay. I don't think you're hearing me at all. Are we back? We back again?
I did not hear the last question. Sorry about it.
I was asking, is there a system where you can check people after a certain age to make sure that they can continue driving? Is there a test that's what they can do?
System in place where
so you test people to get a license, but we know over time people have conditions and so that they should no longer be on the roads. Is there a system the police have to check people as they get older to make sure that they can continue driving?
Yes, we have a system in place. If sometimes a family member even their individual might recommend them and they say that they are unable, we'll ask them to go on.
Okay. I think the technology... Okay. I just got the last part. You could ask them to get a medical.
Yes. Yes, we'll ask them to get a medical to do so.
Okay. as you hear, has been a concern of mine for the last couple of weeks. I know we had an accident in Wester Hall a couple of weeks ago where we saw 3 people losing their lives. Has there been any update on that investigation? Was anyone ever charged?
Personally, I don't have any update on that, but I would so do some research and I would get back to you.
Okay. Any other concern you've been noticing in the last couple of weeks that you think the public should be aware of?
In relation to before I go to the concern, I think it's important to know that for the public is, as we are aware that Marseille is now closed. Marseille is now closed, so no traffic cannot go up or down to Marseille. Therefore, we are using Martley Hill. So Martley Hill, so vehicles that come from the River Road direction onto River Road, whether River Road, Tempe, or Grenville direction, and they're coming up Martley Hill, that will be from 6 to 3 p.m. 6 to 3 p.m. And in the afternoon, it will be reversed. So from Lucas Street onto Martley Hill will be from 3 to 10 p.m. So the morning will be coming up and the evening will be
going down.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And that Montparnasse Road is now open. People can pass through there as well.
Montparnasse Road. You will find what you will find in Montparnasse is that a lot of the big trucks will be passing Montparnasse. So we advise the smaller vehicles to use Martley Hill and other roads and leave it for the bigger truck to pass there.
Okay.
Because you'll find a big truck because that's the area where they're passing now.
Okay. We saw some busmen in Grandans having some concern with the road. I think where some construction began and the mud was getting into the road and creating some problems for road users. Any update on that situation?
I don't have any update neither.
Okay.
But I'm sure. But what I would advise you, anything pertaining to the traffic department and which will involve the Royal Grenada Police Force, we will be in a speedy process ensuring that we get it done.
Okay.
We have 2 concerns here, which I think is very important to note. On the western side, as we know that persons cannot, because of the broken road. So you normally use Jones Road and to go back to on the western side, and coming in you normally use Freedom Street. However, what we find is that whenever there is an accident, whether an accident in Jones Road or a broken down vehicle, persons take on their own and they tend to want to go to Freedom Street. Therefore, the vehicles were coming in, meeting them, and the vehicles were going out, also meeting up. What we advise persons to do is to wait on the traffic department to make that decision. They should not take on their own. If you recognize that you come from the western side, if you recognize you come from the western side, and the situation is there is a broken down or something happening in Jones Road, we advise you to use the next road, which is Willis.
Okay.
You pass Willis instead. We don't want you to create an excuse because last night we had a situation and we had a serious backlog of traffic. And because one of the reasons for that is because everybody wanted to go into Freedom Street. So we advise, we are admonishing the public and telling the public not to do such.
Okay.
We get authority from the traffic department. From the traffic department. Also, in relation to schools, which is important, what we would advise parents to do is that we see that, as we know, we have an increase of motor vehicles coming into the country. Therefore, what we advise parents to do is to, before you leave home, ensure that your children backpack, you give them the money, you do all the necessaries. So don't wait for when you have to drop off that child or children that you have to give them that. Because just some seconds in a traffic could create a serious backlog and a serious obstruction, especially on mornings during the busy time. So same not to be happen, and the public to continue to work with us.
Great advice, and we see it all the time. We see it all the time. Thank you so much, Officers Hayes and Hostin. I think Officer Hayes was very silent this morning. Hopefully she will chat with us another day.
No, yeah, I'm sorry to speak. Officer Hayes is but before I depart, I think our next concern is the mask, weighing of the mask in the public transport.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the bus, the conductors and sometimes the driver accept them like that. They reach at the point they don't have a mask. To me, my advice to the driver and the conductor, you don't allow them to come on the bus. Whether you want the dollar at the end of the year, yes, we want the dollar. We know we are in hard times. But what is important? Your life. We don't know. Yes, we are COVID. It is said that we are COVID free, but we don't know whatever symptoms or whatever that person have. Mm-hmm. So presently, put on the mask. You in the bus, put on the mask. It's only maybe for 15, 20 minutes to reach your destination.
Right.
So, on my take on that, you should always have on your mask.
Always wear your mask.
Give you some tips in pertaining to the kids and them, which is important because we are in school time. Also, before I go, it's just some statistics. Last year, 2019, we had 2,538 accidents. We had 8 fatal. This year, so far, 2020, from the 1st of January to the end of July, we had 1,179, and we also had 3 fatal. So presently we have a little decrease based on the different months. We have a decrease of accidents.
Okay.
Which is a plus to employ the persons and them who on the road. Be prudent, watch and see who not is watching for you, and ensure that we have a safer Grenada.
Okay. Well, we know the statistics. Thank you so much, Officer Hayes.
Yes, good morning. So I'd like to share with you 7 tips to keeping our children safe on the roads. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, for one, we like to encourage persons to buckle up. Ensure that your child always wears that seat belt or is secured in a car seat, yes? Mm-hmm. We like to encourage parents to use the child lock feature to prevent the children from opening the car doors by themselves. 3, you teach them about the road safety rules practically. So you go out on walks with them, or when you're cycling with them, you're outside having fun with them, take them by the hand and teach them how to do it right. Because they will reach that age when they will have to eventually do it on their own. You want to make sure you're there to work or you're at home, your mind is at rest because you know you taught them well, yes? 4, exhibit patience while driving. We have to set examples for our children, teach them to be calm and do not rush on the road. 5, and very important, we have to practice being punctual and disciplined ourselves to avoid speeding and rash driving, or what we like to call, in traffic terms, driving without due care and attention. Parents, do not practice using the mobile phones while driving or other gadgets. You encourage this behavior, it will be, well, the children will follow suit, yeah?
Right.
Never leave your children alone. One thing I did, I noticed sometimes when I'm out on traffic that we'll have a driver, the person in control of the vehicle, wearing the seatbelt, a passenger, generally sometimes the mother or some other person wearing the seatbelt in the front passenger seat with a child on their lap. No, God forbid, but if there was a collision, what would happen to that child? So what that person should do is to make sure that child is secure in a car seat, or that person sit at the rear of the vehicle with the child. They don't sit in front, you have on a seatbelt and the child has nothing. I mean, come on. It is very dangerous. So what I like to encourage, all pedestrians, parents with young children to do, they can even go to the Inland Revenue Department and purchase the highway code. Yes, it's 20 EC, and you can go through it, read it, practice the information in it, and it will do us a world of good. Yes?
Okay. Great tips. Great tips. Thank you so much for sharing. Officer Hostin, I see you smiling. A parting word from you?
I smile by you.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. Officers Hayes and Houston of the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. We'll see you again, hopefully next week, God's willing. Thank you so much for joining us. We take a quick break, but when we come back, we have a final interview for you on The Buzz. Stay with us.
Reading is too hard. Reading school books is lame. I'd rather read about children like me and cool things. I can read, but sometimes I don't even know why I have to. It makes no sense.
Why can't we read about things we like?
Reading is the key to unlocking all learning and ensuring that children reach their potential. Here's what the children have to say.
Make reading fun. Teach me how to read, but let me practice reading with things I like to read.
Talk with me and read with me at least for a short time every day.
Let me tell you my own stories.
Read, learn, grow. The children are the future. Help them read, learn, grow. So parents, you play a part.
This message is brought to you by the OECS USAID Early Learners Program, funded by United States Agency for International Development.
Get away from your daily stress with a Grenada vacation at the Koyaba Beach Resort. Koyaba is located on the world-famous We offer excellent service, good food and drink, well-appointed rooms and friendly staff in a safe environment. Facilities include 2 restaurants, 2 bars, swimming pool, water sports, tennis, gym and body treatment rooms. Call 473-444-4129.
Well, folks, 10 to 10 is our time, and we are out of time for today. We have to apologize to our final guest today. I'm so sorry, but we'll make it up tomorrow, God's willing. The technical challenges, I don't know what is going on with the system, but it is throwing us out of whack and taking up so much of our time that our interviews are not flowing as they should. Hopefully, we'll get those rectified in short order. But tomorrow, again, we have some very interesting interviews lined up for you, so you have to tune in again tomorrow. We leave it here for today. Don't forget, you can join Beverly Telesford for the midday edition of news at the top of the hour, coming up at 12 o'clock. But until then, I say sayonara. Goodbye, folks. Those of you on GBN television and our social media platforms, continue to keep safe and take care of your loved ones. Bye-bye for now.
Grenada Broadcasting Network is making a platform available for the children of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique to shine. Are you between the ages of 3 and 16? Send us a video that showcases your talents. Whether it's singing, dancing, playing an instrument, reciting poetry, or a monologue, or any other talent, now is your time to shine. It's simple to enter. Just take a video of yourself performing, include your name and age in the beginning of that video, and then send that video to the email shineongbn@gmail.com. It's easy like 1, 2, 3. The program will premiere on GBN's YouTube channel soon, so get on it. Remember, it's shineongbn@gmail.com.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number 1. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.